Hello Aries, welcome back to Lanmou Tarot. This is a general reading for the collective. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, or anyone who feel whose intuition led to click on this reading. There's a message in there for you. Alright Aries, doing a little bit more shuffling on camera as usual. Using the After Tarot, and we'll use the Cosmic Tarot for clarification this time. Spirit, what message, guidance do you have for our Aries friends for the last 2 weeks of April 2019? Guidance, message for our Aries friends. Message, guidance you have for Aries friends. Divine love and light. Message, guidance for Aries friends. Here we go, Aries. And I'm starting, there's a new sensation now that I'm getting. Literally my nose, the bridge of my nose are now like twitching. I've never had that before. And all of a sudden I feel left-handed. I don't know why. It's like pulling on the cards here with my left hand. I always cut with my left hand, and I felt kind of awkward just cutting the cards. But here we go. We have the Two of Cups, the Three of Wands, the Four of Pentacles, Chariot, Queen of Swords, and the Lovers. Alright, Aries. Interesting. And at the bottom of the deck, we have a Seven of Cups. Okay. So, the Seven of Cups is a card of illusion, right? The Seven of Cups is a card of facing choices, having many choices, many possibilities, many paths you can choose on. And here in the After Tarot, it seems like he made his choice, okay? He made his choice and is walking away. Normally we see the back of this gentleman looking at all the options, but here the option was made and he's walking away. He has the snake around his waist, and he has the flowers. Those were the choice. Those are the cups that he chose. Those are his Two of Cups. And he's walking away and he's okay with that, right? But the thing that's always get me with that Seven of Cups, and it's very pronounced here as well, is that those cups are placed on the cloud, right? It's a passing cloud, those options. Those are temporary options. Literally next 30 seconds, they may no longer be there for this gentleman. This cloud is a passing. But he has made his choices, and he's walking, he's turning the other way. So, if we see the snake as the symbol of awakening, of spiritual awakening, so that was his choice. But if you see the snake as a by its negative connotation, as problem, as conflict, or or you have a snake wrapped around your waist as something that's coming to strangle you, right, to cause trouble, then that too could be what you're facing here. Or he has flowers right in his hand. For some, we see flowers as a welcoming sign, as a, oh, let's stop and smell the roses, let's enjoy the flowers, a sense of contentment, of enjoyment, right? It's nature, it's bring us does something, it's beauty, right? But also there's a sense of passing energy with flowers. They don't last very long. So if that's the way you're looking at it, oh, then 2 days are gonna fade, negative, then that's your choice here. You will see that man has making bad choices, or that he's made the best choice for him. He's choosing the path of spiritual growth, and the awareness, greater awareness, and beautiful flowers. Beauty is important to him. So those depends on your view of those choices that he has made here. Regardless, folks, this is the Seven of Cups. That's what's facing you. how do you interpret the choices that were made here? Because this is not just facing an illusion. This is a choice options. You had options and choices made. So how do you interpret those emotional? It's in something very emotional, right? With those cups here. So how do you interpret it? It has to do with you. And here we have 2 cups. So he chose from 3 cups, right? There were 7 cups. He chose 2, and here are the 2 of cups. So for on the outside, that's what he was facing. That's what he wanted. Just those 2 of cups. He only picked from the 2 of cups. It looks like flowers and a serpent, spiritual awakening, or beauty, whichever way you see it. But here are the 2 of cups, the first card that we picked up. It's love. What is after is love. It's a real connection. It's harmony. Harmony. And Aries, if you're seeking harmony with yourself, within yourself, to bring your shadow and light self together, to bring beauty and the negative part, positive, negative together, whatever it is, if it's just within the self, or if it's a romantic situation, if it's with another, those 2 cups that you chose, it's gonna bring you greater harmony. You're gonna feel like in harmony within yourself because of it, or within that other person because of it. Because this is the 2 of cups here. This is the card of literally of emotional harmony, duality, right? Partnership, right? And at the bottom of it is a chariot, and I always see this card here as a card of choice. Okay, and the chariot is also number 7. We also have number 7 here. So if your life path has is a number 7, Aries, this is of particular importance to you. This is also the card of Cancer. If you're dealing with someone who has Cancer on their chart, or you yourself has Cancer on your chart, this is of greater importance to you, this message here. But this is card, I usually see it as that of choice, that the lovers. The lovers, there are 2 people with an angel over them that's saying, I'm gonna bring you together. You have my blessing, giving blessing for that partnership. I don't ever see, and it's a feminine and it's a feminine and masculine energy on that card, right? Here we see very clearly we have a dark and light. We have shadow, self and light self here. We have positive, negative, if you would, right? I always see this card as it's a card of departure, of travel, of going on a voyage, on a journey. But it's also a card of victory in that new beginning, in that departure, wherever you're going. It's going to be victorious. And also in this card, because of the two sphinx here, 2 different color, and this one has a Egyptian sphinx. It's kind of like which way you're gonna go, which side you're gonna go. That's what a departure is. When you make an option, you have to choosing a path. Which path you're gonna lead on? You're gonna stand still. You're gonna go to the left. You're gonna go to the right. You're gonna go to the light or to the dark one. So there's always this the chariot for me as a card of movement, right? Change after making a choice. And the choice was made. We see that those 2 cups were choosing, 2 cups of love. It is 2 cups of harmony, and that's gonna bring you victory. And it's gonna require, for some of you Aries, there's gonna be some travel because of that choice. Okay, I'm going on too long on this, but I need to keep on moving. I'm really trying to keep it under 30 minutes for you guys. But there is gonna be victory, and for some of you there's also gonna be travel, perhaps moving to a new location. Okay, because the chariot is also a card of travel and moving. And here again we have the 3 of Wands, also a card of communication and sometimes travel. Here he's sending the bird, right? He's sending the message with the birds to a loved one. Perhaps someone was at a very far distance, but the message is on its way. It's going to its destination here. I don't know. I'm like stumbling on my words. But anyways, and we're talking about communication. So some of you Aries, you may feel like you are you cannot get your words out properly, but have no fear. Just speak from your heart, okay? If that's the case. This is your card, Aries, Sun in Aries card, the 3 of Wands, and here you're communicating something here by sending that bird out. But also there's a sense of choice in that card, right? A path choosing. There are 3 ones standing here. The way he's holding on to that one, it's like I've chosen my wand. This is my wand, okay? I made my choice. And the 3 of Wands is also a card of action, right? It's also the beginning of the planning is over. I'm losing my thought. I'm sorry. Forgive me here. So one the first of one is the card of like that spark, that offer from the universe. The two of wands is the card of planning, right? So now we have made our choice, so we're planning towards the future. Where are we going? You know, what are we doing? How are we gonna set up this plan? You know, plan of action. The three of wands is the actual action card, right? This is a card of like actually starting to do the work. And here we have the Queen of Swords at the bottom. This is the queen that's very decisive. Okay, very decisive queen. This is the queen that makes decisions and stick to it. That use her intellect. That doesn't get too bogged down by emotions, if you will. And here she's looking straight up to the tip of the sword where a butterfly lands, and it's a sign of transformation. So this here, having made that choice, setting on that journey, Aries, and that new set of action is really gonna bring in some transformation into your life. Okay, you're gonna be very decisive into what you wanna do moving forward. Okay, and it's also, you understand there's a process, that butterfly didn't just end up being a butterfly, that butterfly started as a moth to a caterpillar and then to now a beautiful butterfly. You understand that there's transformation that needs to happen. Okay, so we can be a bit impatient, Aries. With that Queen of Swords here, I feel there's a sense of you going to be very meticulous about the planning and about how you execute that plan. And also you're going to really allow, you're going to be decisive, but you're also going to be a little bit more patient in seeing the final results here of whatever it is that you're planning towards. If it's a new beginning with a loved one, it's the same applies. If it is a situation where you're coming into greater harmony within yourself, you're understanding yourself better, you're at a place where you're in alignment, your dreams, your with your higher self, then that has allowed you to know which way to go, to set up on a departure, to move, right? So you can really get what you want. So you can really do the things that you need to do to get what you want. So you are coming to a greater understanding intellectually about that, not just intuitively. And the next card we have is a Four of Pentacles, and this Four of Pentacles reminds me so much of that the Death card. I always have to pause and look at it before I carry on. So this, we have 2, 3, 4 here. By the way, there's a progression of there's a progression here happening. So we start with the emotional part of aspect of it with the 2, and with the 3 action, right? Fire, energy. We start with the action card, and then now we have the 4, and it's the Pentacles part. This is the material aspect, like, holding on to what we have, right? What we've acquired, what we've built, trying to protect it in some way. But this Four of Pentacles here, he seems like he's holding on with dear life with all those pentacles that he has, because there's a sense of threat, right? It seems like Lady Death is right there with the scythe ready to attack, to strike, right? And there's that cloud looming in the horizon here, and he's sitting facing forward, looking very gray, like he's about to be under attack. You can feel it. It's almost like that same black covering that's on that skeleton is also has already covered him. That negativity has already covered him, because the negativity seems like it's in the thinking, Aries. If it's a love situation, you're building something new with someone, don't think, don't allow negative energy to come to get to you. Okay, don't feel like you need to protect yourself so much, that relationship so much, especially if you're with someone where there was cheating in the past, where you feel like this is my man, and you feel you have to really always be in a sense of like to be overly protective of that relationship or that thing you're building. There's no need for it, because that thinking alone is going to bring defeat. Okay, the skeleton hasn't struck yet, but you're already covered in that negativity. So you're already under attack by your own thinking. So by your own, like, anxiety over the possible threat. It's already covered you with the threat itself, if you will. It's an interesting depiction of that Four of Pentacles. So the warning here is to get yourself out of this energy, to remain in the energy of the Lovers, to know that your union is divinely protected. This is the angel here with a sword, sword of clarity. This is the card of Gemini, and we have the Queen of Swords here. So if you're dealing with a Gemini, Aries, this is of particular importance to you. And right here, what we have with that new beginning and traveling is the Sun in Aries card and the Gemini card. And then we have also the card of Gemini here. So it's as if like that person, just know that person have come to, if it's a Gemini you're dealing with, they have come to their ultimate self. With they've stepped into their power, okay? They're no longer just a queen or a king of swords. Now they are the Lovers. They are like, this is a major kind of stuff. This is like they are the highest aspect of themselves, that they're not gonna let you down. And also this union here between the two is a divinely protected union. The angels are guarding over you. They're watching over you, over the two of you, okay? No matter how vulnerable you may feel, just know it's all gonna be okay. And I want to get a clarification here on that Chariot card for you, Aries. Victory, departure, and what clarification can you give us, Spirit, on that Chariot card? And this card flipped, the Hermit. So it's moving away from being a hermit. So if you were separated from your loved one, Aries, there was separation. There's gonna be a departure from that. Someone's gonna travel to you so you guys can get closer, okay? And the Three of Wands sometimes is depicted as a card of waiting for your ships to arrive. So it's like awaiting that person's return in a way, or that person awaiting your return. But it's a departure from isolation, from solitude. It's moving away. Somebody's gonna have to travel. Somebody's gonna have to move so the two of you can. Oh, look at this. This card was embedded. The Six of Pentacles here was inside that deck. So I'll just leave this here. So that Six of Pentacles is give and take. There's gonna be greater give and take. Actually, I'm gonna leave it here since we were trying to get clarification on this. So there's gonna be greater give and take as well. Once you move away and you travel to get closer to each other in that relationship, someone's gonna be able to really be there for your support and do their share, their equal share in that partnership. And a clarification, Spirit, on that Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles for Aries. Clarification on that Four of Pentacles for Aries. Four of Pentacles for Aries. What else can you tell the Spirit about that Four of Pentacles? Twitching in the nose. That's very interesting. As soon as I finish, I need to Google it to find out what that means. It just started today. Clarification on that Four of Pentacles. Perhaps that's it. We don't have a clarification. How did I give us anything here? Two more. Clarification on that Four of Pentacles for Aries. Okay. So what's on top? Nine of Swords. So it is anxiety, right? So this is like that Four of Pentacles, guarding it, being greedy, hoarding all that's yours. It is a sense of anxiety. You are literally scared. You are scared of like you would be under attack. Like there's a serpent here. There's the Pentacles are flying. Nine of Swords, that is. Like I did, there's like almost like the house here that you can see it's about to collapse. There's a real fear here that you will be under attack. There's a real fear what is yours will be taken away from you. There's a real fear here what you built will be destroyed. And that's why you're guarding on so strongly, but you don't have to. That fear is what's gonna bring it towards you, that negative thinking. So step out of that negative thinking. I didn't need to pull out that card to know that, right? And as you can see, I was shuffling, nothing pulled out, so I just stop and pull the top card, and then that's what came out. But we already saw that earlier. That message already was channeled through earlier. So I'm gonna take a couple of clarification on that Lover's card. Clarification on the Lover's card, Spirit. Oh, here we go. She wants to be seen. Ten of Swords. Clarification on that Lover's card, Spirit. Ten of Swords is also the Sun and Gemini card. So some of you are really, really dealing with a Gemini. I feel that's what that's saying here. and the Ace of Swords. And also we have 10 and 1 here. That's ending and a new beginning. So some of you are dealing with a Gemini here where there was anxiety, perhaps over the partnership, perhaps over material gains, where someone felt like they had to overly protect themselves. But after coming into this partnership, after accepting each other's cup, I feel like there's gonna be an ending to that negative negative energy, negative thinking as well. So you can start anew in clarity and truth and cut away this negative energy, okay? If there was betrayal in the past, that's been taken care of. So you guys can relax, Aries, because clearly you are dealing here with a Gemini, and perhaps some of you feel warranted that you need to protect yourself, but I don't feel like that. And if you feel you're in a relationship with someone, you feel you need to protect yourself so much, then you need to not be in that relationship. Just put an end completely to the relationship. For you to have so much anxiety, you have to protect that relationship, you have to protect yourself, you have to protect what is yours. You know, you feel like threatened, then you really need to not be in that relationship with that person, or perhaps take a break from the relationship until you gain clarity, okay? But here what we're seeing here is that your own anxiety might bring an ending for no reason whatsoever. There's no need for it. And if this is not a love situation for you, it's just like, you know, work situation, you you choosing a path forward, right? You have a lot of options about work. You're choosing a path, but it's a path that's good for you because it's a path that's gonna bring, that's in alignment with your higher self, and that path that it's gonna bring you victory too, okay? And perhaps change of location, change of scenery about your work location perhaps. And Aries, this is your card here. You're gonna feel more like yourself. You're gonna feel more like yourself. You're gonna be very decisive. You're gonna feel yourself going to a transformation intellectually. Perhaps you're gonna have to learn new things. You're going to be in a new, completely different field of work. This is a work situation, and there's no need for you to hoard money at this time, because that's the feeling here. Don't get to that feeling of feeling threatened, that your money, your gains, your finances are gonna feel threatened. There's no need for that. You're studying something new, something beautiful, something that's gonna bring victory here based on what we see here. And it's okay. It's okay to enjoy the fruit of your labor. It's okay to trust in your path, okay? Because that anxiety is what's gonna bring defeat. At the bottom we have love is all around you. There is love everywhere all the time. Simply acknowledge this as truth. That's what came at the bottom, number 16. And here we have number 32, relationship patterns. It takes strength to recognize the need for change. And we have number 23. Oh wow. Take a chance on love. When we love, our lives are changed forever. When we love, our lives are changed forever. But I said, oh wow, this is what I see here. We have 32 and 23. That's just reversible numbers. That's that sense of because we have the 2 of cups here, and that and on the Lover's card, there is kind of like a not even soulmate, like a twin flame relationship here. There's like a mirror effect here in this relationship, okay? There's a mirror effect here. It's telling you love is all around you. There is love everywhere, because you guys are always connected. Even when you're not together, even when you're in that hermit situation, you are still connected. But I feel like fate is bringing you closer together. There's going to be travel here. Someone's going to travel so you guys can be closer together. We have the Sun in Aries card and the Queen of Swords, like right there on top of each other, like closer together. Here, they didn't just accept the cups. They're embracing, making contact, right? Touching. And here we have the relationship patterns. That's the area of concerns here, okay? You have to recognize the relationship patterns, Aries. You cannot be scared of things gonna end as soon as it starts. You cannot, because of perhaps a negative experience from the past, you cannot expect everyone's going to betray you, or people are gonna come to take away from you, or do you know what I mean? Or there's someone else, there's a third party that's gonna come in and ruin your relationship. There's a real sense here of like that extra sense of vigilance in guarding this financial thing. And perhaps there's someone here that's financially insecure as well, okay? That finances is an issue here. Like you feel you have to hold on to this 4 of Pentacles so hard, and that's been that feeling of threat of your resources has been an effect on the relationship for that divine partnership to stay to be together. Okay, so or there has been always been a choice between what do you go between career or love for some of you, and the anxiety over money, over financial stability has truly affected that loving relationship when it really doesn't have to be. Take a chance on love. When we love, our lives are changed forever. So this is what Spirit is telling you. Take a chance on love. Take a chance on love. Okay? It takes strength to recognize the need for change and take a chance on love. There needs to be a change here, and perhaps changing location, changing habit, changing way of thinking, changing the give and take in a relationship, the way the work in the relationship is done. Someone's giving more than and taking and not giving enough. So there needs to be a change here in those patterns. But here we have like that reversible number here, 32 and 23, that both rose to a 5, 5, 5, and it's telling us here that there is a there it's almost like the universe is calling you, like they want you to have that success, they want you to have that happy ending, that happy story, and asking you to move away from that anxiety. Okay, Aries, this is almost like a message of hope, and also a warning signal to yourself to change this relationship pattern, to let go of the anxiety over career, over finances, to not allow that to impact your relationship too much. Okay, and if it's a person you're dealing with, it's the Gemini you're dealing with that's been doing that, it seems like they're going to put an end into that, because we have the Ten of Swords here. Look at this, the sun rays are healing that man, are removing all the demons from him, all the swords are coming out, right? There's an ending here to that negative way of being, for until this is a Sun and Gemini card for that Gemini, because there's a new sense of truth and clarity, a new beginning here that's about to start. So if that's them that's been thinking like that, it's about to change. And if it's you who's thinking like that, who has that anxiety over finances, let that go. Cut that ish out, okay? You're Aries. You can manifest whatever you want whenever you want. There's no need for that. Oh, look at this. I never flipped that deck that I was using. It's a cosmic deck for clarification. I just flipped it. I always leave it face up. It's the moon that was at the bottom. So we have a full moon in Libra coming up. So during that time of that full moon, that may be of importance to you, that may be the time you want to do some full moon ritual to release any of that negative energy. We know Libra is ruled by Venus, the planet of love, of abundance, right? Fertility. So use that full moon energy here in Libra to really release any of that things that no longer work for you. Feelings of anxiety, feeling of feeling financial lack. Remove that from you, because you can have everything and anything you want, Aries. And look at here, and inside the moon, what we have, those two fish, I think they call them salamander, that are attached to each other. Which one is first? When they're connected, right? So that's you. You're connected with your loved ones here. If it's a love situation, the moon is not just shadow. It's not just intuition. The moon is also deep emotions and feelings, right? So there's a sense of here, like the two of you are in the belly of the moon, ready to be born almost, right? That relationship it's like it's already there, up there in the 5D world. It's just waiting to come and be in the 3D world. Spirit, what additional message do you have for our Aries friends? What additional message do you... Okay, of course you got more than one, Aries. Two cards came out. And at the bottom is Octagon, number 51. Which goes down to a 6, our lover's card here. And then we have number 56, brought down to 11. 11 is my confirmation card. Confirmation number, I should say. And then we have Kabbalah, number 62. So this is the sacred geometry. I always read this from the book. So here we go. And I'll touch shortly on that bottom card for you, Aries. Number 51 here, the Octagon. I feel like there's a message in there for you. Choosing this card suggests that you will find success and nourishment in the matter of your inquiry. There are periodic times of renewal in every life. Times when love is renewed, joy is reborn, and the excitement of living is nurtured. This is such a time. Feel the intensity of joy as it re-enters your life. As you are nourished, you will find it easier to give of yourself to others, and likewise, nourish them and offer them a sense of hope. This time provides an excellent opportunity for you to renew old friendships and family ties. Enjoy the beauty of this renewal and drink its nourishment into your very heart and soul. That's beautiful. So there's a sense of renewal here, okay? Enjoy the beauty of this renewal. During this full moon time, really take the opportunity to just like let go of anything that you don't need, so you can really renew that partnership. There's a divinely protected partnership here, and spirit is telling you love is all around you, everywhere. Simply acknowledge that as true. When you're in a divine relationship with someone, that is true. Especially the twin flame relationship, they're always with you. That is true. What we call that unconditional love. Okay, that person, even when they're not near you, they're separated, you know, as far as like geometrically, they're you still, did I say geometrically? Even when you're separated, you're in different location, they're still with you. You can always tap into that energy. Alright, number 56 is one of the cards that came up for you. I'll hold it as I read the message for you, Aries. Let this card signify your relationship to spirit and the life flow of the universe. Relax and follow your breath. Slowly allow yourself to enter this image. Use it as a device for meditation and a place from which to access the full spectrum of inner guidance. Notice how each of the colors has dimensions and holds energetic vibration. Oh, I need to hold it so you can see it well. Move within the shape and touch the water lily inside. See its purity and the beauty of its form. Feel the colors moving around you as you sit with this perfect flower. Notice how the colors spin and interact with one another. Accept into your being the wholeness that is embodied in the car, and return to your life with the knowledge that there is order, beauty, and life force in everything. Knowledge that it return to your life with the knowledge that there is order, beauty, and life force in everything. There's no need to worry. Let go of the anxiety, Aries, okay? Knowledge and power in everything. And now we'll go to the next message from Spirit. You get the Kabbalah. Most people get one, but you got two, and I felt like I needed to do the other one. So technically, you got 3 oracle cards. You go, Aries, you go. All right, Tree of Life is the Kabbalah. For mystical Judaism, this card diagrams the Tree of Life, called the Kabbalah. It holds instructions for conscious self-exploration. It is the world axis within. 10 archetypes, 10 lights. The geometry of the Tree of Life is also encoded within the figure called the Flower of Life. Pulling this card suggests that you are in a process of self-actualization and growth. You may wish to contemplate this card and the relationships of the diagram. You may decide to research and learn more about the process the Kabbalah represents. The important point here is exploration of self and spirit and your movement towards wholeness. Your movement toward wholeness. And for some of you, this is maybe just a spiritual journey, okay? Your movement toward wholeness and the options that are available to you here in that Tree of Life. And we start with the crown, we go down to wisdom, and then to understanding, to mercy, and then to power. I'll read it along with you. And then to power, and then to beauty. Then we go to victory and glory, to the foundation, and all the kingdom is yours. I hope this message resonate with you, or you find it useful in some way, Aries. Thank you so much for your continued support. Come back again at the beginning of May, and remember, love is the only answer. Thank you, Aries.